All right, guys, so we just ended up doing the first pie cut right here. Traditionally, if you're doing something like this, you really want to measure the angles and the degrees of which those angles are. That way you have a nice clean transition from a straight to a pie cutted bend. In our case, we're just gonna send it, papi. So we're not really measuring anything, but I'm kind of doing, like, for example, with the masking tape, just doing like a rough line to kind of follow. Here's what I just cut right there. And here's an example for you. I cut it at this angle, so the bottom side is a lot thinner than the top side. And to show you pretty much what the pie cut does, let's flip this around. And it has that bend to it now, and it still seats nice and flush. Obviously, this needs to be deburred and whatnot. But if we do, let's say maybe like 5 or 6 of these oddball cuts, then we can stack them all together and actually have a bend, and there, you know, create a 90-degree bend, which is basically what we want to do. If you guys saw the last video, we did the up pipe for the CRX, the 3-inch one, and in that video, I didn't talk too much in the beginning, but basically the way that I did this used to be one solid piece, and obviously, as you can see, this is a 90-degree bend, which is 3-inch. Then we traced it out and cut it out. Now that it's painted black, you can see the difference in it. And it actually looks pretty cool just having the contrast of it. But since we don't have a 90-degree bend already for the wastegate up pipe, we're gonna end up just pie cutting, welding together with the flux core machine, obviously, just like we did that one. And then after it's welded with the pie cuts and whatnot, cut it again flat at the top and have a teardrop. As of right now, our wastegate is straight up, so we're just gonna need the pipe itself going straight up and then the teardrop at the end. But depending on how the night goes, we might get a little creative with it. Not sure yet. But yeah, without further ado, let's keep on cutting a couple cuts and, you know, doing what we're doing. Like I said in many other videos, I'm no professional. If you guys don't feel confident enough to tackle this at home, there's plenty of great professionals who can do this, and it's not too expensive to do custom fabrication. It gets a little more expensive when it's pie cuts just because of all the work that goes involved in it. And there's great shops that you can go to around here, especially you can go to Sellers Racing. If you're in Orlando, there's other nice companies over there that can do stuff like that. Oh, the sprinklers came on. I'm like, what's that noise? But yeah, so we're gonna dive into this right now. If it comes out bad, really don't care. And if it comes out great, then I can share this with you guys. So I'm still gonna share it if it comes out bad or not. So I know I'm just rambling right now, but we're gonna get to work. I'm gonna keep on cutting, and shout out to my boy Khalid's behind the camera right now. He's holding so I can record, or he can record while I be cutting right now, And I don't know, I'm just rambling. Come on, let's get to it. Like we mentioned, this is nowhere near perfect, but we're trying our best, and this is a little warm, so I'm gonna see if I can pick it up or not. Forget it. But here's, after we clean it, this is gonna be our first angle right there. So you can see that it starts having the bend, and it's not consistent degree or whatever, but you can get the gist of what we're doing. Once we cut that one at that angle, we already have this at an angle off of the straight pipe. So now I take this masking tape off, and if you wanna, like, so they can see right here, Khalid's? Here. Now from the top right there. So you can see that there's the angle right there, which is the exact same angle that just came off of the cut we just did. So instead of cutting again right there, we're gonna cut around this angle. It's not perfect, but it's similar to what we just did right there. That way this piece right here can be used for the next pie cut. You kind of just alternate an angled piece and then a straight piece. It's Corona Light tonight, it's not Corona Extra. I'm trying to lose a couple pounds, so if it comes out bad, you already know why. We'll see if I can stick with the light. Man. Maybe for the next couple cuts, we can do that one in time lapse. Alright, so I don't know if you guys can notice in the time lapse with the flap disc, it's really worn out. I really need a new flap disc. But we tried to deburr as much as we could, and it took off a lot. I just have to take off the little shards like right here by hand. That can pull off real easy. But you can see our angles right there. And after putting some pieces together, I really think that this would be so much easier if I had a belt sander, so then I could get these surfaces super flat and the angles would be true. Because as of right now, I don't know if you just saw this one right here, you can see that the cut on the right-hand side has a little like lump to it, and that isn't gonna sit flush and give the correct angle. Like I said, this was just a free angle. Like I wasn't really trying to do a specific angle, just kind of making pie cuts fit, and it provides the curve. It's just not gonna be anything super consistent or nothing, which we really don't care. We're just experimenting right now. But now I have my welder hooked up, the little flux core, and I'm gonna start tacking some stuff together and see if I can kind of give it a shape of a little angle or whatever, and we'll see from there. Real quick, I just tacked together 3 of the best cuts. The other ones, I'm putting them to it, and I still have to smooth out a little bit and actually make them usable, because right now they're really not adding any more angle. But there you can see the angle. This is like maybe like 40 degrees, maybe almost like a 45. So we would need a little bit more to do a nice 90. But just to give you an idea, you know, thin at the bottom, thick at top. When you look at it at the side, that's the angle that it gives it. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on going, keep on tacking it together, and then once it's all tacked, then we'll do little beads so it doesn't heat up too much and blow through or anything. But working out pretty well. Pretty happy with it. Nice, final product. This is like just a hair over 90 degrees when you set it flat. It sits like right there. So I think this is gonna make a really nice teardrop for the top. Or I could even like, I don't know, set the wastegate to the side and then have it come out like that and give it a nice flare. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure on what I want to do with it, but I'm super happy with this. I ended up having to cut a little bit more off the pipe and kind of adjust my way of cutting, because before I was cutting a straight angle and a cut angle. I'm not 100% sure that that's exactly how I should have done it. I think I should have just done inwards angle and an outwards angle, so it's like a V-shaped. And now that I'm re-looking over the pie cut videos that I saw on YouTube, I guess that's how you have to do it. So, or if you do it straight and at an angle on the other side, it's just a much less aggressive bend. But I think this is nice, and it's not too aggressive and really gives that nice touch that we're looking for. So once this is fully welded, then I can actually do the cut for the teardrop. So since it'll be one piece, and then I'll be able to like deburr or cut inside or port so it doesn't look bad or anything. But I'm super happy with this for my first pie cut. And I just cleaned it up a little bit with the wire wheel. Well, my first pie cut that I did myself, in the sense that I tacked it all together and got it into place, because I've cut before at Ricky's shop for the intake that I have somewhere around here. The CRX old all-motor intake. I don't know where it is. But I had cut it on the machine that puts it at an angle and whatnot, and he ended up welding it. But if I could find it right now, I'd show you. But yeah, super happy with this. I'm gonna wipe it down with some acetone right now, and then get ready to start flux coring it together. All right, now that I have this all wiped off and clean right now, I know that my hands are touching it and they're dirty, but whatever. I'm about to set it down right there and put the ground on it and start welding. Since it is thin metal, I might have to do short like increments, so do maybe like 2 tacks right there, then go over to the other side, try to get a bead here and there. But it's very thin, and especially on this section right here, it's gonna get really hot. So, and you see there's some gaps I have to fill, so it's gonna be a lot of work. But I am confident that I'm not gonna blow any holes in it, and if I do, then I'll just fix it. But yeah, I'm about to start welding that up. It's gonna be a lot, so I'm gonna put it on time lapse right now, and then show you guys after I'm done. All right, here we are welded all around, and I gotta say, it is one solid piece right now, but it looks horrendous. Like, this is awful. And I blew a few holes, especially down here in the very thin area, but you can see on the inside, it's not super consistent, but I think it's all one solid piece, especially for a part like the wastegate, it's not gonna be as important. But I'm about to shave this down like I did the other day with the up pipe, with just the little flap disc. But yeah, I can't wait to actually get a welder that's not flux core, so I don't have all this splatter, and something that I can actually control heat, because this is super thin metal, especially like the cheap material metal that I got from Advance is just, it's super thin, you know? So I didn't really have that much problem when I welded that one, just because it's a lot thicker and better material, but you know, there's no heat control on this, only wire feed and minimum or maximum, and obviously I'm on minimum. So I'm thinking of picking up like an Eastwood 200. I was looking at those online. It says that it's like a nice entry-level TIG welder, and that way obviously I'd be able to TIG not only steel, but I'll be able to do aluminum as well, and control heat so much better. So yeah, but this is what it is for now. I'm not ashamed of showing my beginner steps, because obviously I plan to do a lot better than this in the future. And right now I'm just gonna shave it down a little bit with the flap disc, see if I can make it somewhat nice. Shave down, it looks so much better. You can see I actually penetrated all the way around on all the welds, but obviously the popcorn just looked awful on it. But right now I'm just gonna give it that quick cut to give it that teardrop effect. And if you guys didn't notice on the last video, very simple, like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you just cut the 90 at that angle, which I'm going to first trace out with a Sharpie and then kind of follow along and cut that out. Oh my gosh, I think this looks atrocious. I'm not even gonna lie. I did all that work. It took me about an hour to do all that, maybe an hour and a half to do the cutting, the welding, the shaping, and whatnot. There's the teardrop. Man, I think that looks really bad. First of all, it's not even square at the bottom. This isn't flat because I was gonna cut it afterwards, but man, from the teardrop that I did, I'm stepping on stuff. From the teardrop I did yesterday, oh my gosh. From the teardrop I did yesterday using the 90-degree mandrel bent exhaust, that came out pretty nice. The stuff that I did with the pie cut, and especially that there's like a booger weld right in the center, ugh, I absolutely hate it. I think I might rock it still in the car just so like I can, you know, show progression, how I used to weld or whatever to how I weld after. But I don't know. It's pretty late right now. It's like 10 o'clock at night, so I don't want to keep on going just so my neighbors don't hate me even more than they already do. But I might end up putting this on tomorrow onto the car. We'll see. I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know what I want to do with that. I might keep it or not. That being said, I am going to wrap up the video. I want to get it edited and out to you guys tonight. Hopefully you guys can check it out tonight or tomorrow morning. And yeah, that'll be pretty much the end of the video. Thank you to everybody who stuck through it. You saw how the pie cuts work, and you saw how I welded it and whatnot. So if I was just doing a regular 90-degree bend, that would have been perfect. But I think it came out really bad how I cut the teardrop. I'm really ashamed, not ashamed, but I'm really upset with my performance of it, I guess. Maybe if I cut it a little bit straighter, it'll, I don't know, maybe it'll look a little better, but I don't know. I have a whole nother pipe right here. I might just do a simple hood exit, and maybe I'll just order the 90-degree bend and do a nice teardrop like I did this one right here. But that does sum up the video. If you guys have any questions down below, you can leave them in the comment section or shoot me a DM at Slowintegra at Instagram. And let me know what you think about this. I know it looks super ugly, but if you think I should rock it on the car just for, like, I don't know, experience points or whatever, let me know. And if you think that I should just get the 90-degree bend online and just do a nice teardrop, also let me know down below. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one, and hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time of day you're watching, and have a good one. Peace.